Welcome everyone to OP Digital Blueprint with Collins and myself and our special guest tonight, Mike Ellis. Say hello, guys.
Hi, everybody. How you doing? Collins?
Hello, everyone. Nice to be here.
We need to wind him up occasionally.
Yeah.
Just to get him going. Don't worry. So today I'm going to let Mike do some talking, and we're going to kind of fill in because we know what's going on, and Mike's going to give us some more and his feelings on what's going on. So take it away, my friend.
You know, it's always a pleasure to come on here because we usually don't talk about what we're going to say. We just come on and kind of do it off the cuff, which is a fun thing to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Just lately, what I've been thinking about is competition. And I know within OnPassive, we really don't talk about competing or competition or other companies and blah, 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 blah. But if you look at OnPassive and you have the questions, what is OnPassive going to do for me? How are they going to do it? How am I going to build an income? How am I going to build a residual income? How am I going to take care of myself? How am I going to take care of my family? How am I going to live the lifestyle I want to live? How? I think if you bring a competition into the conversation, if you're new to OnPassive and you're just listening to us talk about OnPassive, you're going to understand how competition ties in, even though we don't talk about it very much, how it ties in and what Mr. Mufareh has done. You know, when you think about competition and winning is a really, really fine line. It's razor thin between winning and losing. And when you talk about competition, when you talk about winning, it's all about preparation. If you don't prepare to win, you will not. And I can guarantee that. If you don't prepare, you will not win. So as we look at OnPassive, as we look at Mr. Mufareh has been preparing for about 25 years now. This just didn't happen overnight. And as Mr. Mufareh prepared, learned his discipline, his skill set, what he's going to be doing online, he got to that place where he said, you know, I'm ready to do something different. I'm ready to do something that no one else has done because I don't like what they've been doing and I don't like the way they've been doing it. Now, if I get too wordy, Andy, you can cut me off anytime. But I'm just going to keep going until you're ready. You're ready to cut me off. But as we think about Ash and what he's been doing, his goal, it was to come online and to build something very, very special. But he thought about it, and he had seen what happened with online businesses, how people would come in, 97% of them would fail. Those are just the numbers. I don't care if you agree with them or not, they are the numbers. 97% of the people that come online, they fail. And Mr. Mufareh wanted to turn that around so that 97% of the people coming online would succeed. How do you do that? Again, another how. And if you understand this and you're not in OnPassive yet, you will be after this little dialogue I'm doing. When you think about what OnPassive is doing, Ash came on. He said, "Okay, first we have to have a product." Okay, that one product turned into about 25 products, but we'll stick with we need one product. And as he thought about that product, he wanted to approach it in a totally different way. He didn't want to approach it in terms of, okay, if I put this product out there, what can I make? And that's what most people do. That's what most corporations do. If I put this out there, what's going to be the revenue? What's going to be coming in? What's going to go into my pocket? That wasn't Mr. Mufareh. He came on and he said, okay, what can I do that no one else has done? And his idea was to build a product with no regard to money, none whatsoever, but build something that was so heads and tails above anything else that when he did put it on the market, people would flock in. And that's why when I talk about competition and winning, it's razor thin. What Mr. Mufareh did with that one little philosophy, build the product as good as it can get and put it out there and let's see what happens. He's taken that razor thin margin, and now it's a football field. And that's an analogy, guys. The difference between the products of OnPassive and the people that have similar products out there, it is massive. That's the difference. OnPassive is so much better than what's out there. Because of that, people are going to come in. This is revolutionary. This has never been done before. And because of what Mr. Mufareh did, he put the money aside. There is going to be so much money rolling into OnPassive that now he can take the other structures of OnPassive, put them in place. And this is the how. This is the question how that you've asked comes into focus and what it's going to be doing for you. Mr. Mufareh already knows that he's already put OConnect out there. OConnect is a webinar platform, a video conferencing platform, above market value, lower price point, all those things that we talk about all the time. It is superior in every respect. And when we think about you and I, those individuals that are in OnPassive, affiliates of in OnPassive, or those individuals that are coming in and looking at OnPassive, when you start to think about what Mr. Ash has done and you start to think about competition, the reason OnPassive doesn't talk about competition anymore is because we don't have any competition. That's really, 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 really rare. Because of what Mr. Mufareh has done, because of the structure he's done, because of his mindset, because of the way he's built these products. And by the way, it's taken 5 years to build these products. This is not over the night thing. It's taken time to do what he wanted to do. And there have been many times where he's taken a product and thrown it away. So now they're not good enough. We need to start over. He's done that over and over and over again. And that's what you have to do. That is the preparation to compete. We are there now. The products of OnPassive are superior in every respect. And when you think about competition, because of what Mr. Mufareh has done in the last 5 years, we don't compete with anybody. Why? Because we don't have to, because everything we have is so far superior to anything that's out there. People are just going to flock in. And then you can start answering the questions, how? How am I going to build an income online? OnPassive goes to work for you. They come in, they bring customers in, customers come in, they look at it, they manage all this, customers come in, they buy. When they buy, they pay a commission. Some of those commissions land in your organization. As it lands in your organization, you get paid. How? How am I going to build an income online? That's how. OnPassive has already made the product superior, no competition. People will flock into it. OnPassive is going to go to work for you. All of a sudden, you build an income because of the way OnPassive is structured. Now you build a residual income, and over time, you will get to that place where you don't worry about money. How are you going to live the lifestyle you want to live? Because you don't have to worry about money. You have that financial freedom, that ability to choose. And let me tell you, that is rare. If you look around the world, I don't care what country you're in, most people do not have the ability to choose the way they want to live. Why? Because they don't have the financial stability, the financial freedom that they need in order to make those choices and live the lifestyle they want to live. Mr. Mufareh has made all of this stuff available to you and I. If you're not in OnPassive, come on in, get your free account, look at the free products, explore OnPassive, test the waters. And in a very, very short period of time, you're going to understand what OnPassive is going to be doing for you. I've just told you a little bit about it. Andy and Collins are going to tell you more. There's so much more than this, but you're going to see that, yeah, this is a way forward for you to build an income, build a residual income, live the lifestyle you want to live, take care of those people you care about. It is unique. It is revolutionary. It's something that's never been done in the history of business, online, offline, doesn't matter. And it all started with the mindset of Mr. Mufareh coming in, wanting to help people, and then build products that were superior to anything else. And competition, money, it didn't come into play. He just wanted to build the best of the best. He's done that. And it's just not with OConnect. If you look at OConnect, if you look at OTracker, if you look at Academy, if you look at, and I'm not going to go into what each one of these are. If you look at any of the O products of OnPassive, they are above market value at a lower price point, and people will come in and use them because everybody loves a better mousetrap that costs less. That's what OnPassive has done. It really is remarkable. It's fun to talk about. And I know Andy Collins and we could talk for hours about what OnPassive is doing, and I'm going to hand it over to them and let them chat a little bit. But it is so much bigger than what I've just said. and again, I recommend if you're just coming in and you're just looking at OnPassive, come on in, get the free account and look around. You are going to love what you see. And once you understand it, you're going to love what it's going to do for your life. Your life is going to change in major ways. Guys, go ahead and take it from there. Absolutely. We'll just throw it around.
I think for me, the biggest differential, Mike, you and I are in the same sort of age bracket. Collins is just a baby in comparison, but you and I have seen, companies go from strength to strength. And the thing is about most of the companies out there in the marketplace, particularly if you look at the bigger ones, they are all about profit. They're all about making sure their shareholders are happy. They're making sure that they have this system that gets into everything, and it's going to be there forever. And yet we're all into it, right? This is where we differ in a massive way, because not only do we not have to concern ourselves with shareholders, but our CEO is not concerned about the profit. Because at the end of the day, what he wants to try and achieve is, yes, you've got to have the company making a certain amount of money in order to be able to continue its research and development, add new products, etc. But the simple ethos of the company in comparison to everything else you and I have ever known, let's face it, ever known, because the vast majority, if not 99.9%, are purely in it for the profit. And most of the CEOs that you and I have come across over the years, they're very, very good at their job. They're very, very good at making sure that their company gets to the top of the tree, but they're all about the profit. It's got nothing to do with those that work for them, those that work with them, and those that promote or offer their products and services. So now we have a differential. Now we have something in the marketplace that does something different to everybody else. We don't have shareholders. We're not beholden to them. Unlike most software companies, where once you finish the project, the software companies, and I'm sure Collins is going to cover this for me, but the vast majority of the software engineers kind of get, there you go, see you later, you've finished your product, now you can go find something else. We don't have that problem, because at the end of the day, our guys have got a job for life and they know it. So this company has a different ethos to anything else we've ever seen. It has a different mindset to anything else we've ever seen. And it has a different profit system to anything else we've ever seen. Because what we have is a CEO with a heart for humanity that wants to make sure that everybody that works online makes money. Because at the moment, 97% of those that try and do business online actually get ripped off by the gurus who think they know everything but never teach you enough to actually get to that level. This is where this differs. Now, most people know I'm a numbers guy at the end of the day, and I have no clue about email marketing, and no clue about marketing, to be fair, but this is where I love the differential between this and something else, because what OnPassive is going to be able to do for me is it's going to do all of the bits and pieces that I don't understand how to do. It's there to help me. It's there to do those things that, yes, I can learn, but it's Marty, Mike, and Dan have been doing this email marketing for 20 years. I haven't. I don't understand how you do it. And I don't want to go through the next 20 years trying to learn and lose loads and loads and loads and loads of money in the process. I want to be able to get it done now. So that's exactly where we're coming from. So what are your thoughts then, Collins? What do you think about the situation?
Yeah, I'm just thinking about what Mike said. Mike was talking about, OnPassive with no competition. And you trigger something in my head. When I said I was listening to you, I was thinking about both growth, no competition. If we look at where OnPassive started and where we are now, the massive stride that they've achieved for a short possible space of time, sometimes you ask yourself, how did they really achieve this? There are companies that have struggled. I know some with just to get a payment processor, it took them 3 years. to get only a payment processor of their own, and they can still cover the whole globe. But now I want to look at growth. For you, for a company to achieve what they want to achieve, like OnPassive, you must embrace changes. We're talking about digital transformation. If you don't embrace change, you will never grow. And if you don't grow, you will never attract the type of people you want to attract. Let us look at those OnPassive is attracting now in the market. The big players is because of the dynamic change in OnPassive way of doing things. Because as you know, the world changed. If you look at the way human beings change, the way the market change, the technology must be responsive to the market, not the other way around. If technology is not responsive to the market, then your technology will fail and you'll be out of the market. So you are either responsive or you fail. Look at OnPassive. OnPassive is very, very responsive in the market based on the technology they provide, AI technology, within every domain you can think of. Look at the people they are attracted to. Massive, not only tiny companies, but countries are, jumping in for OnPassive. Things that we don't even know, we don't even see. We can look at Dr. Susan, look at Engineer Mohammed Kamal, where they are visiting. It tells you the type of people who are jumping into OnPassive. And that's why Mr. Ashford talked about mindset. Said, if you cannot let go of the past, OnPassive will let you go. Because we can say something today, but the next minute, because of the responsiveness of the market, things can change instantly. Mr. I said, you know what? Come the next webinar and said, we thought of doing this, but now we've let go. We're moving with this. It is not about OnPassive. It's about the responsiveness of the market, creating the room for the IT solution to respond to that market, because you are building it. How do you gather a requirement? You gather it from the user's perspective, not from the development perspective. It's from the user. I cannot build a software and force it to Mike Ellis. Mike Ellis needs to tell me what he wants to do, and I will build it for Mike Ellis. That is the responsiveness. It means I have to react to Mike Ellis' need. If my software cannot fulfill your need, then you tell me, forget. What's the need of having a cooker that cannot even prepare a decent meal? So when I look at OnPassive and the way the technology is growing and evolving so fast, in a way where if you just close your eyes for 1 second, you can really fall out. If you are not really plugging in for 1 second, you can still be outdated. There are times that somebody have called and said, Collins, this is what Mr. Ashford said. I said, no, it's already outdated. This is the new one now. Why? Why is it changing? Because the market, the responsive of the market, the way the market is changing, gives room for OnPassive to also respond to that market. And that is why, because of the dynamic way of the way OnPassive is operating and building software solution in and out, it's attracting a lot of people. Because nobody wants anything short of what we have. We're talking about O Connect, the best of the best. We've not even seen anything yet of O Connect. We've not seen anything yet. This is just the first phase. Let's wait for the next version of O Connect. It will blow a lot of people's mind, because Mr. Ash said, this is my baby. We've not seen anything yet. Let's wait for O Tracker to come. That's when you can ask them. Mike Ellis said, there is no competition, because we are doing something different. Why do you need to build something that's already in the market? There is no need to build something, because someone will say, why should I leave what I'm using? Because there is nothing different from what I'm using. You must provide something different for the market to react to what you have. And OnPassive is doing all of these things, bringing technology to a simple, nice way where everybody, even babies, will use it. They'll love it. And Mike, I will just leave it there.
So yeah, there's lots of things that Collins has just covered, and simplicity is certainly my understanding of one of these. But also, we know that Ash has created the O Connect as a platform for many other of the products that are coming forward. So, again, Mike, what are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on those 2 points?
Well, I mean, both of you have thrown out a dozen things that we could talk about for hours. I mean, there's just so much involved with OnPassive. But I think the most important thing when we talk about Mr. Mufareh, when we talk about OnPassive, Ash is a people person. He genuinely cares about people. And when you think about the traditional corporation, as Collins and Andy have said, their focus is on money. How much money can we make? That's it. How much money can we make? Do we need to bring in talent to improve what we're doing to make more money? They will do that. Big corporations will bring in really, really talented people to work for their company. But what they do to those people is they bleed them dry. They take and this is what corporate America today, corporate in the world today is. They take, they never give back. I have a niece. She's brilliant. She's so much smarter than me. It's unbelievable. I can barely talk to her. She is in tremendous demand in corporate America. And every time she gets a new job, she gets a raise, and she's making really, really good money. But I know what they're doing. They will drain her and drain her. They will take and take and take until there's nothing left. And yeah, she can retire, have a pretty good retirement. But to me, that's not life. And that's not what Ash wants us to have. He thinks about people. And when he thinks about product, he doesn't think about what he can make. He thinks about, okay, what can I do to improve the situation in people's lives? What can I do? Online, obviously, we're talking about digital products. It has to be online. Those products that people use online. How can he improve it so that individuals can use these products and have a better life? That is so rare and unique. It's just not done. It's just not done, period. And then Andy talked about a little bit about money. Money. Corporations, that's all they think about. Ash never thought about money. But that in itself has done more to put OnPassive in the position that they're in today. And again, this will impact you. How? How are you going to make an income? How are you going to make an income? How are you going to build a residual income? How are you going to take it? It's because of what Mr. Mufareh has done. And the money, and that's not a bad word to me, the money that's going to be coming in. When we look at the markets of OnPassive, when I first started out with OnPassive, I thought about our market at being in, maybe it's 10 million, maybe it's $100 million market. And obviously, if you can get into a market like that, you can do very, very well. I think you can build a business and retire. I think really that's a terrific market. If you can have a market that's $100 million and you can take a good portion of that market, you're going to do great. But very, very soon, your vision starts to change with OnPassive because you listen to what Mr. Mufareh is producing. And all of a sudden you go, okay, from 100 million to a $500 million to $1 billion market, that's massive. You get $1 billion market, it is that's how the money's going to be coming into you because of the structure of OnPassive, because of OnPassive, what they're going to be doing to you. But it's more. It's not $1 billion market. It's a $10 billion market. It's a $100 billion market. And just over the last, I would say, 4 months, doing the research on what Ash is doing, look at what other companies are doing, looking at the markets that we're involved with. We have markets today, 2 or 3 markets. They're not billion-dollar markets. They're trillion-dollar markets. Now understand, products of OnPassive, above market value, superior, lower price point. How much of that market are we going to take? We're going to take 10%, 20%, 50%, 75%. I think it's on the upper end. That's how good the products of OnPassive are. And when you start talking about one market that's $1 trillion market, and Collins talked about digital transformation, that's one of those markets that is $1 trillion market. When you start thinking about taking 50, 60, 75% of that market because of the way OnPassive is structured, what is going to be landing in your organization. Again, OnPassive is making the sales for us. We have to come in, we have to engage, we have to do what we need to do. But OnPassive is making the sales and placing those sales in our organization. How many people will $1 trillion market, how many people will that benefit? How many people will that can come in and actually take care of those financial woes? A lot of people. That's one market. We have more than one market that's $1 trillion market. And then we have other markets they're just poo-poo markets. They're $2, $3, $4, $5 billion industries. Yeah, just tiny little industries. It is massive. So when you think about OnPassive is a people business. We actually care about one another. Andy, Collins, the people we talk to, the people we really those individuals that are participating with OnPassive, those affiliates, we care about people. And we can do that because finally, we have something we can look at and go, yeah. Not only is this going to work, I know it's going to work. And if you come in, look around, see what's happening, take a look at some of these massive markets that we're in and what we're going to be doing with them, you're going to understand it's going to benefit you, and it's going to benefit you in really, really big ways.
So, I mean, this is, you've mentioned about, I know you mentioned a couple of markets, and let's look at the video conferencing platform is our first paid product. Okay. And we already know that the foundation that we have built, OnPassive has built for this product, is so wide and so deep, we could go to the stars with it. We don't do what the other companies do and do patching and adding on, where they're trying to build a skyscraper based on a two-story foundation. But the market, one particular company during this pandemic made 138 billion, and their product is not superior. It's a far higher price point. So if we just took 10% of that market, that's 13 billion. Now, what is interesting to me, and people still don't understand this, is that 50% of that revenue comes back to the affiliates. Okay, so we're talking, let's call it, make it nice and easy, 10 billion. So 5 billion is coming back to the affiliates. Would you not want to be part of that? Now that's okay. Again, this is mind blowing from the point of view that this is one product. But Mike has already mentioned it's not likely to be 10%. It could well be higher than that.
90%.
Yeah, well, it may well be, and it may well get. Listen, it may well get to that over a very short period of time.
Yeah.
Because the product that we do have is second to none. So if that were the case, and the total marketplace for the video conferencing marketplace was, let's for argument's sake call it 150 billion, yeah, and we took a third of that, that's 50. And 50% of that is paid back to the affiliates. That's 29 billion, but that's one product.
Yeah, and remember, Andy, that's residual. Every time they renew the product, that money comes back in again. It's not a one-time deal. It's over and over and over with one product. Now let
I was about to get to that. Yeah, I was about to get that. You.
That's okay. I get excited when you start talking about numbers.
Oh, absolutely. No, and this is again why I love the business so much, is because there are certain products that are going to be paid on a monthly basis, and therefore if you're getting a monthly commission, it becomes a residual income, and you can build that income up over a period of time. It's not something that's one-off. You get it and you're done, and you have to go and market and try and find another customer. No, it doesn't work that way with this particular product. Now, we will have products that will be once a year, or one-off products, or once every 6 months. But again, these become residual for the period. So if you've got a domain, for instance, you pay that every year Okay, so I've got a regular income coming in every year because I've introduced other people to use a domain name or build a domain name. What's your favorite, Collins? What do you like?
Andy, I like everything about OnPassive, the whole ecosystem. You know, when Mike Ellis and you were just talking, I said, I just hope people really understand, get it, you know, to take a deeper look into OnPassive, because when they're looking at the product and someone say, what is the product? They don't even know. Some people will question, but what are they really selling? Digital products. You know, we are using a lot of, there are people who are interacting with technology every day, but they don't know they are interacting with machine. You use your bank card, you go and you collect money from the cash machine. You are interacting with machine. Someone is making commission while you go and pinch something out. Every time you go, you know, you're using your mobile phone, making call. WhatsApp is making money. You don't know. I think, which year was that? Was it last year? We look at the quarter. WhatsApp. No, it was
Telegram.
No, Telegram made a lot, but Google, together with it wasn't WhatsApp, together with YouTube, made 15 billion a quarter.
But they don't sell anything, Collins.
They don't sell anything. 15 billion a quarter. But when you tell people that they are making this, some people think like, what is going on? What is going on? Because we are interacting with them every time. Machine, take off your mobile phone, Andy. You cannot stay without your mobile phone. You can't. It's like one part of you is gone. That is the way we human being now, you know. Oh, Marty is here. Marty say, I'm back in hell. You know, human beings are interacting with machine, whether we like it or not. This is OnPassive we're talking about, coming with digital solution, you know, where majority of this planet, you know, human beings will interact with them, with the products and services. You don't want this? Yes, there will be something for you. Is it Opal that is coming? Opal will blow the whole of Africa. I know that for sure, 100%. Opal will blow it. Africa, they are waiting for it. It will cut the whole market of Africa. 1.4 billion people would take Opal. That one for sure, guaranteed. Everyone is using the most used application now is WhatsApp, because people call, distance call is WhatsApp. We're coming with Opal, better than WhatsApp, protected than WhatsApp. What do you think will happen? It will blow the whole African market. That is one product coming. And there are many more. You're talking, Mike Ellis just talked about, you know, the products, like we talk about billions. What about Academy? In 2020, they are, you know, they are estimating, the estimation they've given that it will hit, online study application will hit $1 trillion market.
Yep.
$1 trillion market. What if OnPassive take 10% of $1 trillion? That's one product. Academy. Game over. Academy can set all of us, everybody, free. You can retire with that. And we're talking many more coming. That's just one. Academy, Opal, old domain. Like you talk about old domain. What about old decks? Service now made billions of dollars. Service now Remedy, they are making a lot of money. That's just ticketing software. It's coming. What about old booking? Go and look at how much online booking application is making. People book hotel reservation, flight, everything online. And we're talking about old booking coming. So those who are still thinking what OnPassive, you know, have in their arsenal, this is it we're calling now. It is here. We like it or not, you are OnPassive, or you can decide to say, no, I just want to close my eye. I don't want it. I bet you use the product because they are cheaper, as Mike Ellis said, they are affordable and they are of high quality. So I will not, even if I'm not in OnPassive today, God forbid I'm not in OnPassive, I will use the product because I will not spend money in a product that will cost me more. For instance, I go somewhere, I want to book something, or maybe I want to do some course online. Do you think I'll go to Pluralsight or Udacity or Udemy? And if the course I can get a better deal in Academy, which is more affordable, and I'll still acquire certificate, a recognizable certificate. Where will I go? I will choose Academy. So you don't even need to be in OnPassive to use it. So, and if you had the opportunity to come in, use it, and still make something out of it, why not? It means that's a double blessing. Game over.
Now, this is one of the things I wanted to kind of cover, because at the end of the day, we have this system, and Marty's going to give us some information here, because when you have or run a business, you've got to have various different software products to run your business with. And each one is an individual product, and you've got an individual payment for that product. So things like email marketing, you've got, MailChimp or Aweber and then you've got things like an accountant's package and an HR package, and these can run into the thousands monthly. So now we've got this system that's all under one roof, single sign-on, and it covers everything. So what are your thoughts then, Marty? What do you like about this system?
The best part about it is it works. The other system is only good for about 2%, if you're lucky. They do all the heavy working and lifting for you. Yeah, when we marketed, we had, oh my God, you got Aweber, you've got a funnel builder. We had, and Aweber charged you every time you got somebody new. So the more people you were storing, the more they made. We had little apps to answer questions. We had, you fumble around all day long doing a very simple task. We're OnPassive. It's one cockpit. You click a button, you're here. You click a button, you're here. Or you make a page that's dropped, copy and drop. You don't have to know coding. Put it in there. Tell the company drive traffic here. Then you have, after you make that page, you could put in O-Tracker, and O-Tracker will tell you how well the page did instantly. So now you got this page, instead of wandering around like a nomad, you don't have anything to feed from until you already spent hundreds of dollars, and it tells you, oh, by the way, your ad sucks. Well, you don't know, and where you sent it sucks, and the results is horrible. Where here it tells you where you went, who clicked on it, what did they use, how long were they there, well, how long did they watch the video? I mean, just crazy. And the main thing is a single sign-on. You go bing, 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 you're in. And like everybody said, I got online just like everybody else. I wanted to. I needed to make more money. But I realized when I got on, I was naive. Hey, they're making money. I'm going to do that. Yeah. And it took a while to realize. And the worst thing about online is the longer you're there, the more you realize what you don't know. You keep going and going and going, and a rock unturns, and you go, what's underneath here? Another pile of you don't know. You got piles and piles. I don't know what that is. I don't know how to do that. I got to figure out. While you're doing that, you can't bring anybody with you. So you actually become part of the system that you actually hate. The part I hated was using people. And here, you got a full-time job. You're a numbers guy like Andy or IT. You could set it up in very small amount of time and walk away and let the system build a business for you instead of you spending hours and hours and hours and throwing darts in the dark. Where OnPassive, the tools are all there under one roof. I mean, look at we have OConnect. The level for OConnect that they're doing for, I'm almost embarrassed to say this, $98 or whatever crazy thing it is for right now, would be over $6,000 a month for 10,000 people, and to have a license and all that. Because, oh, no, I proved, you didn't prove nothing. What you're talking about is a meeting. It's a webinar. We're doing webinars. Webinars and meetings are two different things. Oh, okay, I didn't look at it that way. Of course you didn't. But everything about OnPassive is simple, and you win. Getting traffic is not, look, I've heard a lot of people say, I'm a marketer. You won't believe what I did. When you deep down dig it open. They weren't a marketer. They bought traffic, and the traffic stunk. Once in a while, they'd get one or two fish, and they would brag about breaking even for 6 months. They don't tell you about the 5 months they lost money. I'm not kidding. I've seen people do it. Oh, I made money this year. Wait a minute, you have a calculator? Yeah, there's no minus sign on the pig. What did you bring in, and what did you pay out? Oh well, you got to pay toward 5-6 years of that. And people follow that year after year after year. So the best thing about OnPassive is all the tools are there. AI, they do the work for you. They make you an expert. Imagine that. Imagine being an expert marketer. You know nothing about marketing. Andy says it all the time. I don't know nothing about this stuff. And why would I be here? Why would me and Mike be here if we do know marketing? Because we get to work with guys like you that don't know it, and you win too. Now, if you don't care, okay, go ahead. I got buddies that are these so-called gurus, and they're working like a mule daily to stay afloat. Yeah, they live a nice lifestyle, but a hiccup and pass a little gas, they lose everything they have. Everything. I've seen it happen. We're an OnPassive. You're building, it's building. You put a little effort, you can build it quicker if you want to drive more traffic. But here's the traffic. It's traffic that comes from people that are looking. You're not sending traffic to a bunch of people in Iowa who do farming and they don't even know what AI is. You have a lot of that false pay-per-click. What a joke that is. But now you have targeted traffic that they'll drive for you, and you can target it where it's working. Why am I driving traffic to Timbuktu? Nobody's ever clicked on it there. Nobody cares about it, but yet you're paying for it to go there. So I didn't know exactly what you wanted me to say, but the point is, if you're watching this and you're not a marketer, but you want to make marketing money, guru money, this is the place to be. If you are a marketer and you're tired of digging this ditch that never gets quite done being dug, because dirt's always falling back in, come into OnPassive. Everyone wins. You're all going to be heroes. We all get a superhero Batman or Superman uniform and we fly and have superpowers, but it's not from our effort, it's from them. The company does all the nasty stuff that most people won't admit it, but they don't know how to do it. That's all I have.
That's absolutely, that's me. I mentioned this earlier, and I'm going to make Mike follow that.
Yeah, no, I want to. Yeah, Marty is an expert marketer, and when he talks about marketing, you all need to listen. Your ears need to perk up. And why did Marty, Dan, and I come into OnPassive to market OnPassive? Good question. We came in because as soon as we saw what Mr. Mufareh was doing, we saw that all you have to do is put this in front of somebody, they're in. That's all you have to do. And if you'll do that, it's just a done deal. So the marketing end is taken care of you. It's taken care of for you with OnPassive. But I heard Collins talk about it. And again, this will talk about the marketing side of OnPassive. Collins talked about Opal. He talked about Africa, 1.4 billion people in Africa, and how Opal is going to just canvas the whole country. We are very, very social creatures. We like other people in our lives. We like to be able to communicate. What does OnPassive do? They communicate. They give us the ability to communicate. That's what Opal will do. I believe that's correct, isn't it, Collins? Yeah. So you think about 1.4 billion people, all of them coming in and getting Opal. I don't know what Opal is going to cost. It'll probably be a nominal fee to be able to come in and use Opal. But any nominal fee that you charge 1.4 billion people, all of a sudden, that's a very, very large amount of number. That's a very large amount of money, not number, money. And then you start to think about your business. 1.4 billion people coming in, customers using Opal. OnPassive is going to take those customers because they're going to be doing the selling. They're going to be doing the managing. They're going to be doing everything. And all of a sudden, they're putting those individuals in your organization. And they're coming in at different times. 1 month it'll be this many, 1 month it'll be this many, 1 month it'll be this many. And then all of a sudden you start to look in your back office, your OES back office at your wallet, and all of a sudden that starts to accumulate. And it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, all because of the product from OnPassive, superior, lower price point, all because OnPassive is doing the work for you. And as Marty said, if you are a marketer, you just hit the, I don't know what it is, Marty. You just hit the gold pit, or you're digging for diamonds or whatever it is. If you're a marketer, this is a no-brainer. But if you're not a marketer, OnPassive is doing this for you with one product, Opal, bringing in 1.4 billion people that are coming in and landing in your organization, a certain percentage of them, and all of a sudden you quit worrying about money because of what Mr. Mufara has done, what his tech team has done, what the products have done, what the marketing side of OnPassive. This is so massive what they're doing for little me and little you. Do I deserve this? No, but that's the heart of Mr. Mufara. He wants to do that for all of us. Am I willing to work a little harder to make it work, to make it quicker, to get to that place I want to get to quicker? Yeah, I'm willing to do that. But even if you can't do that, you're still going to get there, and you're going to get there in record time. This isn't going to take decades, year, 2, 3 years, 4 years, whatever it is. But if you're a young person, if you're in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, and in 3 years, you got to a place where you don't worry about finances because of what Marty said, because of what Collins said, because of what Andy has said, who cares? Most people work a lifetime and they retire on Social Security, which is about $800 a month. I can tell you, when you get to that age and you're retired and you're only making $800 a month, you're not a happy camper, because life gets really, really hard. That is not OnPassive. OnPassive, it's going to take care of life today, and then in the future, you're going to have a legacy. It's just really, really cool stuff. What else, Andy? We can go anywhere.
Well, absolutely. Listen, we know in the UK, and Collins and I are both in the UK. You guys are in the US, and your Social Security pays about $800. Our average pension in the UK is about £800. My bar bill's greater than that. And at the end of the day, it doesn't go very far. But when you have the capability to build an income that where part of it, or a large proportion of it, could well be residual, and that income surpasses that minimum requirement, you've got more than the retirement and more than the average in the UK. So where's your target? Is it 1,000, 2,000, 10,000? It's up to you. You have that capability, and this is why I love it so much, because it's down to you. Now, as Marty quite rightly pointed out, thank God for guys like me. It's going to help me with the bits that I don't know or understand how to do. Now, Collins is the expert, but like me, he's not that good with marketing. So tell me, Collins, what you're looking forward to, what you want to see. Obviously, we've got this OPIA thing that's going to come through.
Let me say one more thing before Collins comes in. When you say you have control of it, you can determine where you get and how quickly you get there. That's true. But people, especially the people that are new, understand when Andy says that, all you have to do is acquire more traffic to give to OnPassive to build your business. You're not doing anything. All you're doing is deciding how much traffic you want OnPassive to drive through your business. And when you do that, now you're in control. Now it's unlimited. Now it's scalable. Now you can do pretty much whatever you want to do. But it's really, really important to understand all you're doing is buying more traffic from OnPassive, which is good quality traffic, the best you'll ever buy. And OnPassive is going to use that traffic to drive people to your business to buy the products of OnPassive. That's it, Collins. I just want to throw that in real quick.
I like the way Mike put it.
Targeted traffic. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. If you look at the slogans of OnPassive, it said, "In need to win it." You must be in it for you to win it. So if we try to break it down, you're not coming only to sign in, you own it. So I always said, come be in it, but you must own it. Then you can win it. So like when we always ask, I'm not a marketer, because normally if you really look at it, if it was, I always ask myself, how can I sell digital products? I don't know. And Mike Ellis and Marty, they are the guru when it comes to marketing. But if OnPassive was like that, then I don't have to be in OnPassive. There is no way, because I will not even have a chance to even succeed in OnPassive. There is no way I will succeed. And many of us out there, we came in like Andy said, because we know nothing about marketing. You know, we just have our own idea of doing our own stuff, building software. All right, you ask me that, I'll say, yeah, that's great. I know how to do that. You talk about salesperson, Andy is good, but marketing, forget it. We can't. But if you look at Marty, Garmo, Mike Ellis, Dan Street, and all the other marketers in OnPassive, their joy is because when they speak about it, bring people with them, they believe 100% that all those they are coming with them will succeed. Even if they don't even help them, hold their hand. The moment they come in and they tell them just the simple thing, just own it and you will win. That's it. That's enough. That's enough. You know, and that's when you see Mike Ellis is happy. You know, Marty Garmo is happy. Is because when they were doing something, they said they will come. A lot, they will win because they are top marketers. But those who come along with them, when they fail, what happened? They abandon everything and go. And when they abandon it, it means they have to struggle now to start to tell other people, come in. And it's hard work to keep on convincing people, keep on. In OnPassive, you don't need to convince anyone. It is so good to even hype it or reduce it or tell someone, say, this is it. No, the only thing is come in, you will win. As simple as that. It's a plug and play. Push it and you are gone.
This is why I like the simplicity of this. And there are two analogies I want to give you. The first is when you go and you take your wife or your loved one to a fancy restaurant, and you go into this fancy restaurant and you have the most amazing meal. When you get back, you tell all your friends about it. Now the restaurant don't give you a commission for that, but your friends are guaranteed that they're going to go along and try this food. That's exactly the same as what we have here. We share this opportunity with others because we know the products are far superior. And the other thing I wanted to say was that the specific targeted traffic is like having a restaurant down a back street. You don't get an awful lot of footfall, but with specific targeted traffic, they're looking at aiming this at people that are looking to go out somewhere for a meal. So when they look online and they see this, oh, there's one here. Oh, I've never seen that before because it's down the back street. Great, we'll try that one. This is specific targeted traffic. And this is where we win because, again, Mike's covered this. I'm a salesman, but my job is taken away from me because OnPassive does the selling for me. Marty's a marketer. And yes, we can double up on what Marty's doing, but I've become an expert marketer almost overnight because OnPassive is going to do that bit for me. So you know, it's a kind of a win-win situation. So, Mike, are there any pitfalls? What's the catch? This sounds way too good to be true.
Say that again, Andy.
I said this is, you know, everyone looks at this and goes, hold on a second, this sounds too good to be true. What is the catch? There are no catches that I can see, but everyone has a different perspective.
It really is a matter of understanding. That's all it is. Exactly. And again, my people die for lack of knowledge. If you have knowledge, if you have understanding, you're going to know where you need to be. And that's what this whole webinar is about. It's about knowledge. It's about increasing your knowledge. It's about giving you understanding of what OnPassive is doing and where they're going. And when you think about OnPassive and you think about marketing and you think about traffic, I don't care what business you're in, it is a marketing platform. Whatever it is, and you can pick whatever it is a marketing platform. And unless you know how to market, even rudimentary, just a little bit to get eyes in front of what you're doing, you will not succeed. So a marketing platform and driving traffic, putting eyes in front of what you have. And when you think about I'll give you a quick, these are for the new people. You've probably heard this story before, but I'll give you a story about Ash Mufareh early on in the early days. Mr. Mufareh thought he was ready to go. He was going to launch OnPassive. He had something he was going to launch. He went to his traffic source, which by the way was a really, really good traffic source that he's used for years and years and years. He knew with this traffic source, he could do whatever he wanted to do. He could make as many sales as he wanted to do. He could help as many people as he wanted to help. And he went to the traffic source and they said, okay, this is what we want to do. Here's what we're doing. Give me some input. And the traffic source looked at what Mr. Mufareh was doing. He came back and he said, you're not ready. If we drive traffic for you right now, it will drive you out of business. And it's because Mr. Mufareh hadn't done all the things he hadn't done all the things he needed to do to be ready for the traffic that's going to be coming. That's all taken care of. He's ready. He's ready for any traffic that's coming his way. And this is where it gets really, really exciting for you and I. The amount of traffic that's going to come through OnPassive in the next days, weeks, months, and years is going to be staggering. And then you add the multiplier of other products, because each time you add a product, you have another market. The market's either $1 billion or it's $5 billion or it's $500 million or it's $1 trillion. Whatever that market is, it adds that. It's a multiplier on the traffic that you can drive into OnPassive and get people to buy the products of OnPassive. This is the genius behind Ash Mufareh. It's not one product. If it were just one product, it'd be fine. We'd do fine. We would develop an income where we wouldn't have to worry about finances. But it is the genius of Mr. Mufareh that he has multiple products that are as good as OConnect, superior, lower price point, above market value, that adds value to everybody, but it is the multiplier on what OnPassive can do. And that's why when you think about OnPassive, it is unlimited. There is nothing you can't do. Plus, they'll allow you to buy traffic and drive more traffic to your business, i.e. it is unlimited. You can scale it. You can do it. It just goes on and on and on. This is OnPassive. This is what we do. And as people look at OnPassive, and this is why for Marty, Dan, and I, it was so easy. All we had to do is put it in front of people with a decent explanation and then just let them think about it. Some people came in a day. Some people came in a month. We had one gentleman, it took him 6 months to come in. He brought 10,000 people with him. This is OnPassive. This is the simplicity of what Mr. Mufareh has put before us. Although, as Collins will tell you, the corporate side of OnPassive is very, very complicated. But for us, he's made it very, very simple. Take advantage of that. Grab it and run with it with all you have, all your might. Just go with it. You're going to take care of things you never thought were going to be taken care of. Andy.
Okay, thank you, Mike. All right, so Collins, passing comments. What would you like to finish off with?
Unmute. My turn.
So OnPassive, I will just conclude by saying OnPassive is the only business we'll ever need. Everything you will need is in OnPassive, and they'll continue to develop software and develop until we pass on and leave it to the next generation to come. Why not come in? It's a place where you will leave a lasting legacy. It's about leaving legacy, and it's about blessing others. That's the genuinity behind OnPassive, that we will all leave legacy one day to our generation to come, and you will bless a lot of people. Only through OnPassive this can be achieved. Nowhere else.
For me, I love the simplicity of this, and I wish that I was years younger to be able to take full advantage of it, because it's something, and I'm sure you all agree with me, guys, it's something I've been looking for my entire working life, to be able to have. When you run a company, you've got to be either a jack of all trades to be able to do everything, or you've got to pull around you the people that can do the bits that you can't do. And that's the difficulty. But when you set up a business, you've got to have the cash to be able to do it as well. And that's not always easy for everybody concerned, because let's face it, it's not abundant for everybody to have cash right at this moment. So when you find a company that actually provides you with those experts from every field and provides you with the products that are second to none, this then becomes a no-brainer. Any passing comments, Mike, before we say goodbye?
Yeah, just a couple, Andy. Number one, none of us here are naive. Okay, OnPassive was built to make money. Yeah, it was built to help people, and it's going to help a lot of people. It was built to make money, and because of what Mr. Mufara has done, it's going to make a lot. But it was also built to change lives and to change your life. And I know that sounds kind of corny when you hear people say that, but today it is a reality. I would just recommend to people, come on in, take a look, test the waters. You're going to enjoy what you see, and you are going to find a way forward. And it doesn't really matter what way that is. I don't know what your ambitions are. I don't know what your dreams are. I don't know what you want to accomplish. But whatever it is, if it's $500 a month, if it's $800 a month, if it's $1,000, it doesn't matter. OnPassive gives us a way to take care of those financial woes that we all have. Come on in, take a look around. None of this is a hope and a dream anymore. It is a reality. And we come at you with hard facts. And I'll end with this. We've hit about 2% of what we know. There are things coming, and we know some of these things. And the reason we don't go here is because we don't want to overwhelm people. I mean, just totally overwhelm people. There are things coming that are so much better than what we've talked about today. And what we've talked about today is absolutely life-changing. Come on in, stick around, keep listening. We're going to have more for you. And believe me, it's even better than what we've talked about, even though it's been really, really good. Andy Collins, always a joy to talk to you. And obviously the people that are listening, yeah, get ready. Get ready. It's going to get fun. That's it.
Getting exciting, yeah. Thanks ever so much, people, for joining us today. Obviously, next Tuesday is Boxing Day, and the following Tuesday is the 2nd of January. Hopefully, we will be back by then. So Collins and I, no doubt, will be able to drag somebody out, including Mike, after the 2nd. But guys, have a wonderful festive season, and we shall see you in the early new year. Now, thanks for joining.